No, I can't.
Hey humans, it's Hannah. Welcome back to the channel. I am so sorry I have been gone for so long. I do have some good videos lined up for you in the coming months, and I'm grinding right back to work. I just, between the surgery and I had something really sucky happen, and yeah, anyway, I'm sure I'll talk about it eventually. I'm just not ready to talk about it right now. So that being said, I needed just a lighthearted video to finish off the year. I wanted to get out one more video this year, but I just needed something more lighthearted and not too serious. So we're going to do a TikTok video today because that is what I have the emotional capacity to get done. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. If you don't know these videos, we talk about TikToks that I was tagged in over there, and they are just always very, very creepy, real or not, very creepy TikToks that even kind of creep me out. And then we analyze them and debunk them if needed, or we kind of leave it open-ended if I can't debunk it. So we're going to go over 10 TikToks today, and I have a sponsor for today's video, so we're going to roll to that, but I will be right back with you. This video is kindly sponsored by Mistplay. If you're like me and play mobile games on your phone literally every day, you may not know that you could be actually double dipping. While most of us play mobile games just to relax and unwind, a lot of people don't know that they could be earning gift cards while they're doing something they would do anyway. Mistplay is a loyalty app for any mobile game lover such as myself. Discover new games through the Mistplay app. They have a ton to choose from. There's puzzle games, strategy games, adventure, word games, you name it. And then you earn points as you play those games to work towards redeeming gift cards. The more you play, the more points you'll earn. $60 million in gift cards have already been redeemed by Mistplay users. I personally discovered a game called Good Tidy 3D through the Mistplay app, and I have been playing it ever since. It's super fun. It's I call it an organization puzzle game. It's a puzzle, but it's also you organize stuff, and it's super satisfying and super relaxing, and I am earning points on Mistplay by downloading the app through them. Visit mistplay.com/Hannah or click the link in the description to download Mistplay for free. Get 200 bonus points for signing up today, plus use my code inside the app to get an additional 50 free points, which will help towards redeeming your first gift card. See the description right below this video for full details. So feel free to skip this part if you are not new here. But as always, I will give credit to the creator of the TikToks verbally, as well as them being in the video. No hate is intended towards these people. Please do not go and to any of these creator pages and send them anything but love and support. And even though I disagree with some of these clips in the sense that I think they're fake, and I'm going to explain why, it's still just all lighthearted fun. It's not that deep. So okay, without further ado, sorry for the long intro, let's get right into it. So this first TikTok is from Euphologia, I don't know how to say it, Brazil. So we're just gonna watch it really quick before we get into it, and I'll explain. Okay, I'm cutting that off a little bit short because that video is like over 2 minutes of just that. So you don't need to see the whole thing. That's it. The caption of this video implies that this is a UFO. A lot of the comments are just jokes about it. However, there are many people that are legitimately confused and think that this is pretty good evidence. There's a very simple explanation for this is a balloon. It's not a latex balloon though, like you would buy at a party store. This is something called an El Globo de Cantoya. Please excuse my poor Spanish. It's part of a yearly celebration in Mexico called Cantoya Fest. So they make these balloons out of this Chinese paper, and they make them in all of these really cool different shapes, sizes, like lots of geometric shapes. I'll show you some of them here, but they're just gorgeous. I have now like put it on my list of things to do to go down to Mexico during this fest at some point if I can, because oh my gosh, I think they make like thousands of them if I'm not mistaken, and then they float them up into the sky. I think they have some sort of like fire propellant or something to make them float up into the sky, but they are just beautiful. I had no idea that this was a thing. They're like giant origami masterpieces that like float into the sky. And this is definitely what that looks like to me. The people in the video are speaking Spanish, which leads me to believe that it is likely in Mexico, given the other context clues, and I think it's just really far away, so you can't see the colors in the paper. Just a reminder that most things floating in the distance can be creepy if somebody tells you before you see it that it's creepy or that it's a UFO. Okay, the next one we're going to watch today is from a repost and from an account called Horror Show. This is not their video, but they reposted it. This is an alleged skinwalker sighting, so buckle up. Admittedly creepy, but also, if you guys know me by now, you know that this is not going to be one that's going to really freak me out and that I'm going to think is real. Let me explain. So first of all, like some people in the comments are saying that the reason the guy is wearing what looks like underwear is because they edited the video to censor it out because he's naked. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that definitely looks like that skinwalker is just wearing underwear. Now, I'm calling fake on this, not because of this particular video, but because of the original creator in general. The original creator is actually a pretty big YouTube channel and goes by the name of Hype Mike. He has over 1 million subscribers. I noticed that, just objectively speaking, again, no hate to Mike, but this is really bad acting. Like, they both sound like they are trying really hard to act scared. So I went to go check out his YouTube channel and watched some clips of other videos, and wow, this is the best acting they've ever done in the clip that I showed you, because the acting in their other videos is so bad.
You were next. What? And then it said, shh.
So that leads me to believe that just based on the type of content that he's making and the way that he talks in the videos with other people, I'm pretty sure he is aimed towards children, or at least young teenagers, people that are under the age of 18, we'll say. Just because only people that young would believe bad acting like that. But the ghostly evidence that he has, he's one of those like ghost YouTubers that goes to different places and finds all this paranormal activity. And I'm pretty sure, like, again, I think it's just because children that watch his videos are gullible. And so they believe it, but I think he figures that anybody else will know that it's for entertainment purposes only. So here, I'm going to show you a couple clips to show you the bad acting as well as some of his ghostly evidence. My favorite is the guy dressed in the rake costume. Just watch.
God, holy shit. Oh my God. Go. Charlotte, come on, go. It's coming. Go, keep running. Get to the bridge now. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I seem so mean. I'm not trying to be, but I just can't not laugh at how bad it is. But it also just kind of like makes me sad because this is why so many people fall for really obviously fake TikToks, because these horror TikTok channels are just reposting small clips out of context from these random YouTubers. Whereas if the people watching that TikTok all went to the original poster's YouTube channel on YouTube, they would see how obviously, clearly, blatantly fake this is. Now, I don't have too much more opinions on this. I would love it if you guys would tell me down below in the comments your thoughts on channels like, not Hype Mike specifically. There's many channels that do this exact same thing that kind of play on the gullibility of younger people or just more naive people or people that really, really believe that all evidence online is real. And I would just be really curious to know what you guys think about that. Like, do you think it's okay to do? Like, we shouldn't be so sensitive. It's all in good fun. Like, who cares even if they believe it? It's just like kind of a harmless way of pranking your audience, or it's still really entertaining for them and they'll find out someday that it's fake. Should he be putting disclaimers in his descriptions or maybe in the videos even at the forefront that this is for entertainment purposes only and that he's not actually claiming that this setup evidence is real? Or are you on the total other side of that? Do you think this is harmful? Do you think that this is kind of not exploitative, but kind of taking advantage of specifically minors and knowing that they're going to watch this and believe this, and because of that, they're going to watch more of the videos and therefore give these types of channels more money? I could see the argument on either side, so I'd be really curious to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments. Okay, the next TikTok for today is from an account called Paranormal Activity, but this is a repost of somebody reacting to it. I'll explain after we watch. I am going to be critical of this one in particular because this is the laziest content of all time. This is not fair use. That's literally just reposting somebody's video and going, like, come on. Then you get a shit ton of views on it for doing literally nothing. Come on. Okay, anyway. I assumed this was just some sort of Halloween prank. It is very creepy. It does kind of give me the chills to watch this video. But with just a little digging, you can find the creator's account, the original creator, who, by the way, as far as I know, the person who reposted this with their reaction did not tag the original creator because then people would know that she's a makeup artist. The original creator is at Real Lucky Makeup. She is an Emmy-nominated makeup artist, and her original post of this video got over 16 million views, thankfully, so people just reposting it aren't getting more views than her at least. But she has another video showing how she was putting this makeup on as well before she went to do it. Props to her. This was super creepy, and I love the little clip that she took, the creepy smile thing without actually smiling. She has that down to a T. But please go actually follow her on TikTok, or at least go give some of her videos some views and some hearts, because I feel like she does really cool work, and it sucks that people are just taking it and not even tagging her in it. Like, it's not just Sniper Wolf, you guys. Okay, the next one we are going to watch today was posted by an account called The Lost Tapes. This one is labeled as creepy, real, unknown footage from the early 2000s. This one is a little bit longer, but I think it'll be worth your time. So let's watch it together, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Come on, take it. Go, go, go.
It's a steamer. It's a steamer. Come on, come on. Here's shitbag number 2. Here we go. Fuck, it's cold. Come on, come on, come on. Merry Christmas. Come on! Come on, come on, come on! Dude, we gotta look! Oh shit! Okay. We're going to get this old man again. Last time we almost gave him a heart attack. He ran all the way across the street, so here's another shitbag.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. Get down, get down.
The vast majority of comments under this video are people just arguing back and forth on whether this is one of the pranksters is Bam Margera or not. Bam was a stunt performer who became very well known, especially through the Jackass franchise, if you remember those. No one can agree on whether this is him or not. And also there's other comments that don't think it's him. They think it's from other lost found footage films like VHS, or somebody even said August Underground, which is kind of funny because it's definitely not from that. Anyway, it's not a real video. Of course, this is a skit. That's why I was so comfortable laughing at the hijinks that was happening here. Not only them being terrible to an old man, but then the old man coming out and implying that he murdered them all. I was laughing at it because I knew that this was fake, because First of all, it would have been on the news. If this really happened, this would have been on the news. You would be able to find articles about it and who specifically was involved. So the other theory is, if this is Bam Margera, is it a skit that he made back in the day that just not that many people knew about? The filming very much does look like it's from the early 2000s. Turns out, no. I did find the answer. I cannot say 110% that this is definitely the answer. However, I am 99.9% sure that it is this one. So somebody commented, somebody named Becca B commented and wrote, "This absolutely isn't Bam. Those are my nephews and stepdad." Of course, like, nobody's going to take your word for it. Like, okay, anybody could say that. So a bunch of people in the comments asked her to prove it. Well, Becca does. For the first time in internet history, somebody actually says something and then does back it up with evidence. So she posts this video on her own TikTok in response to one of the comments with a bunch of family photos. And sure enough, the boys look very similar to the ones in the video, and her alleged stepdad looks exactly like the old man in the video. The background/area looks very similar as well. Of course, since the footage is so old looking, it is conceivable that she just has a lot of relatives that look conveniently exactly like these actors, and she conveniently found this particular video on social media and made that connection and then made this as proof, and she is lying. But that seems very unlikely because the people, especially the old man in her photos, just looks very much like this old man, as well as the setting. So she said, yes, they did. Her nephews and stepdad just made this skit one day and were just having fun filming a little horror flick. Okay, the next TikTok for today is from an account called Chilled and Disturbed. Yet again, like a lot of these, it's a repost. I got tagged in this one also so much. This is the balloon one, the red balloon. So many people wanted me to talk about this, so I am here to deliver. This is another one. It's a little longer. It's 3 minutes, but I think it is kind of important to watch the whole thing for context.
All right, I usually don't record while I'm on the job, but this is freaking me out. It's sort of unreal. I'm here at work. I'm here in the janitor's closet. Yeah, let me just show you guys. All right. Just to, I don't know, let you guys know, this school was built on a cemetery. I don't know if that helps my situation or not, but previous janitors that have worked here have tried to tell everyone that, you know, every night something happens, some spooky shit, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I didn't really believe them until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And do your thing, you stupid balloon. I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there. Just ooh, okay. See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh. I can't.
Okay, first of all, just want to get the elephant out of the room that yes, it is extremely creepy that this school was built on top of a cemetery. I mean, I'm sure that's not too uncommon, but it's not that's creepy. It's the fact that they use some of the headstones as decor around the school. Like, they don't just have like historical little plaques about it or anything. They have like actual pieces of headstone like on the walls and stuff. Like, that's so morbid. Is that just me, or is that so morbid? It's so weird. I can understand preserving some of them, of course, but like, why wouldn't you have like a little display case for all of them in one place or something? Not like scattered on the walls like Spirit Week posters. Like, just very strange. So an account by Broski Boy was the original poster of this video, and he had to delete it from his TikTok because he showed some videos about this, but the school and him were having a little bit of back and forth on whether he was allowed to post stuff like this as a employee of the school. He said that he's in the process of reposting it, that they asked him to take it down, but then after determining that he didn't actually break any of the school's rules, he was allowed to put it back up. So I think he's in the process of doing that, but it's all over. Like, everybody's reposted it already. So the balloon. Is this real? How did he do this? By the amount of views that this got and how many times I got tagged in it, that tells me that a lot of people are either believing it or just don't know how it was done. And of course, like most of these videos, nobody can say for 100% certainty how people are setting these things up, because like in the end, there's really no way to know unless you were actually there. The most obvious answer would be fishing line, right? But how would he have put fishing line on that balloon to make it move like that? If it was on the actual balloon part, the balloon part would be like ahead of the string because there's a weight on the bottom of the string. And if it was on the string part, it would also like look kind of wonky. So the overwhelming theory for people in the camp that this is fake and set up, like myself, is that he has a fishing line attached to the bottom of the balloon. So there's a weight, as you can see, there's like those weight they put on helium balloons so that they float, but they don't like, you know, go up to the ceiling, obviously. So there's a weight on the bottom of the string, and he tied a fishing line around that. And then there's no way he's moving this himself. I highly doubt he was the only janitor that works there at night, or he had friends come in. I don't know. Either way, there's no way he's the only one, because there's no way that he could move that string like with his foot or with his hand without us seeing the string, because the string would be so close to his camera if he was using his hand that we would probably see a glimpse or reflection of the string. Or if he was doing it with his foot, that does not explain how he got it around the corner in such a manner. So my best guess is that he has a string attached to the bottom on the weight, and there are at least one other, if not two other people waiting to help him with this. So as he's filming the balloon, somebody's behind him out of view of the camera that is very slowly and gently pulling it so that the balloon doesn't go far behind, you know, like, so it doesn't look so much like somebody's pulling it. So they're doing it very, very slowly. The most impressive part of this video, though, again, assuming it's set up, is the way they got it around the corner like that, because that would be very difficult to do, which is why I kind of wonder if he has two people there helping him. If somebody was in the classroom who initially pulled it towards him in the classroom, and then they pull it all the way to the doorway. And then there's another person on his far left, like by the lockers. So again, you can't see it. And then they have another string, and then they pull it out of the classroom and then go behind him yet again, move behind him and move it, or he then takes over and moves it with his foot. That's the only way I can think of that he set this up. And if that is the case, that was A, very elaborate, B, very creative. I don't think anybody's thought about a stalking balloon before for a paranormal video. And C, just also very well done, because he fooled quite a few people. Now, that is my personal theory on how he did this. I think he had help. The last part, though, is that perhaps there's even more than one or two other people helping him, because at the very end of the video, the thing that everybody's freaking out about as well is that you see a shadow person or a shadow entity run past the window. So I will show that again right here while we're talking about it in slower motion so you can catch it. That is also arguably very creepy, but he's so far away, and that is the point that he, like, in the video gets freaked out and he's like, nope, I'm done, I'm out of here. But that could so easily be another friend or another janitor that's in the other room in the hallway and just runs really fast if they're behind like an opaque wall that you can kind of see around. Like, could literally just be a person. I don't know. I just don't. That one's not very, that part's not very convincing to me. It is creepy, I will admit, and I do also have to give props to this creator for doing such a good job. And this is the kind of haunted hoax that I enjoy and that I actually like, because it actually freaked me out. It actually made me think, and I had to think quite a while and read quite a few of other opinions and Reddits and comments about how he possibly did it. And then also just well done, and like, people don't know. But again, I think this is the kind of thing that's all in good fun. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's like taking advantage of people as much. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the balloon video. I hope that that satisfies a lot of people that were tagging me in it. Okay, this next TikTok is from Hillary Slickback, and it has currently almost 24 million views. So let's see what we have in store for us here.
It's grub time! What the fool? Why are they all not moving? What? What is happening right now? Babies?
That's so cute. You probably have already figured out that this is, of course, not an actual glitch in the Matrix. And in spite of the fact that she's acting like she's shocked and confused at all of her birds, I think they're quails, I want to say, are just frozen in time all of a sudden, she's not shocked. She knows exactly what is happening, and most of you probably do as well. This is not edited. She didn't like freeze the editing and keep her voice over it and keep moving the camera or anything like that, because as you can see, there are birds slightly moving in the group when everybody else is freezing as well. So we know that it's not just like a still shot of the birds. The far more likely explanation is that birds and other small animals, especially in groups like this, do this all the time. They freeze because they either hear a predator or they see a sign of a predator. Maybe they saw a hawk, or maybe they heard a sound that made them think that there was a predator nearby. Maybe she even made the sound to tell them that there was a predator nearby, and so that's why they froze seemingly like perfectly on cue. This is an evolutionary phenomenon that protects small animals all the time. Smaller animals obviously don't have a lot of defense mechanisms towards bigger predators that want to eat them. And so all of them freezing in place at the same time in hopes that the predator will not see them is their best bet in a lot of cases. Another one that like this that comes to mind for me is bunnies. Like, if you get bunnies in your areas and they're literally everywhere at certain times of year, they see you, see them, and they freeze in place hoping that maybe you won't see them. And it's like they're an inanimate object for a moment. They're so good at freezing because evolution has helped them become good at freezing to try to escape predators. And then bunnies will run away with their little white cotton tails, which is another defense mechanism to confuse predators because they can't track them as easily. Nature is more fascinating and cooler, in my opinion, than any real glitch in the Matrix. Okay, this next TikTok was posted by Texas Ghost Hunters. I get tagged on their account a lot because they repost tons of videos. This video is supposed to be from 2019, so I could not find the original poster. I doubt that they originally posted it on TikTok, as 2019 was like right when TikTok was like becoming big. This one is also longer. This one's over 5 minutes, and I'm actually going to try to cut some of it out during editing. Just FYI, I will try not to cut out any of the context, but I do think that there's some fat in this video that I could trim out that is not really relevant because it's just ridiculous. But let's watch it and then we will. This one's very interesting. Okay.
February 9th, 2019, and I'm here with my fiance, and there's been this Come on, baby. There's been this, like... No, stay there, stay there. Don't come over here. I don't know what the fuck it is. There's been this thing. I don't know. Do you hear that? There's been this... Someone or something is outside and they've been fucking... They've been fucking with us. They've been fucking with us for weeks now. We're renting this cabin out from one of our family friends, my uncle. What the fuck is that? It's been making noise for weeks now. There's another house down there, but I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Do you think it has to know we're here? That's... Did it just knock? I'm gonna shut the lights off. I have to go out there. I have to. Baby, come hold my phone. Just hold the camera. I've got to go out there. Or, fuck it, I'll take the camera with me. Does this flashlight work? It does, okay. What? I love you. Shut the door and lock it as soon as I go out here. Okay? I love you. Don't lock it, please. I'm scared. Hello? Fuck this. Fuck this. It's making... Baby, 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 baby. Go away! Go away! Baby, hold the camera. I'm gonna be right back, okay? Fuck, where's the rifle? I have a gun! We're calling the police! Use your phone and call the cops, please. I have a gun.
What? Kim.
It's coming. It's gray. It's tall, and it's fucking skinny, and it's gray. And it has no facial features, it just has eyes. Eyes and slits for nose. It's skin. It has no hair, it's just skin. Fuck this! We're going home.
Thank you for bearing with me on that one. I know it was a very long one. Again, I'm so sorry for laughing, but No, I'm just very confident that he knows very well they're not actually in danger, and he's being extremely dramatic for when he knows there's no reason to be. The other reason why it's so funny is that he like tells his girl, "I love you, lock the door," the second I'm not, like trying to be really brave, and then literally a half a second later is like, "Don't lock it, I'm scared." I don't blame him for being scared if like this did happen to be real or anything. Like, I'm not invalidating that, but just the fact that he like immediately was like, never mind, don't lock the door, sorry. Okay, let's talk about this one. I just have a feeling that this is some sort of skit that these two set up, and the fiance, the woman in this video, does not seem to be on board with it that much, because if you didn't notice, she barely said anything, seemed very calm the whole time, and seemed to just be kind of playing along, and almost like she kind of thought what he was doing was cringe, but was just like, okay, I guess we could do that and try to go viral. I do think the noises that he's hearing are real, but like it established in the video, they are in a remote cabin in the woods. There's animals in the woods, especially remotely. Like, what did you expect? There's going to be noises. Now, the sound could be one thing or it could be several things. The first thing that comes to mind, and a lot of people were saying this in the comments, and people that would know better than me, because people said that they are either hunters or they actually spend time in remote cabins on vacation, or, you know, just quite a lot in general, and they hear elk or something with antlers outside of the cabin, and they're like rubbing their antlers on the wood of the cabin and making all those really strange noises, which I think could definitely be the case. That would make way more sense to me, and if he saw that creature out in the distance, it would kind of be what he's describing when he comes back in. The other thing that some of the shuffling noises might be is a rodent. There could be a rodent either in the roof or in the crawl space or even in the walls, and it is shuffling around during certain times of night, nesting or making random noises. I could say that one with confidence because I have pet sitted for a friend before who had either a squirrel or a rat find a hole in her wall and was able to burrow through, and never actually came in the house, but was in, you know, like in the insulation in the walls, and it was a very creepy experience. It made the scariest noise of all time. I probably could have gone viral if I posted it on TikTok, because I would wake up in the morning to these little like shuffle in the sounds in the walls, and at least I knew what it was, so it didn't scare me, but it did, like, it was very unsettling. And if I didn't know what it was and that didn't occur to me, that would have really freaked me out. That's what I think the noises are. You hear howling at one point, like coyotes, wolves, like, again, remote cabin in the woods. And then I'm just like a little sus about the fact that, like I kind of already established, the fiance doesn't seem that freaked out at all. Like, she's kind of just chilling, and like maybe that's just how she deals with being scared, I guess. But you'd think that if she was actually as concerned, she'd be like trying to comfort her fiance a little bit more, like trying to tell him that it's okay, or that like going to help him, or like, you notice she doesn't actually call the police. So that's the other thing. He mentions in the video that this has been going on for weeks and that something is out there trying to come in. If he didn't actually know that these were just normal animals in the woods, and he actually thought there was a cryptid or skinwalker or something out there, he would, if he actually believed that, they would have called the cops the first night, if not the second night at the very latest. That makes no sense. There is no way that he actually thought something was out there and they were just like, well, let's just let it go on for a few weeks before we film this video of us getting really, really freaked out and crying because we're so scared. And then we go out and come back in, and then we're just like, fuck it, we're leaving. Like, it just doesn't make any sense that they wouldn't call the police way earlier than this. Or you would have, at the very least, if not called the police, you would have noped out of there after the first night. Or you would have called your uncle / family friend who was giving you this cabin for some time and asked them, like, hey, do you hear these noises? Like, there's just so many other things you could do, and I'm just convinced that he knew that the noises were likely animals, but he was playing it up and then doing this so that it would be a fun internet moment. So that's my opinion on that one. Again, of course, I don't have like solid proof, but that's my speculation. All right, Emma Jean X07 posted this next one. I can almost promise you that you're not going to see the first time when we watch it together like what this video is even about, and just that's okay. You don't have to go rewatch it again and again for my video. Just watch it with me, and I promise I'll explain it afterwards, and I will keep showing it to you as we talk about it as well, so you can see what's going on. I also got tagged in this one quite a bit. That's it. So if you missed it the first time like I did, and I had to watch it like 300 times and get clues from the comments of what we were even looking at, what people are freaking out about in this video is that it literally looks like a ghost paw / arm, like reaching out to try to swat at the dog here. Again, I will play it a few times and slow it down, try to put an arrow towards it so you can see. It's also just extra hard to catch because there's like that circle drawn on it, so you like can't, your brain wants to focus on what's in the circle, but the circle is not tracking anything. So it's very confusing. Anyway, okay. So a lot of people are all kinds of confused on this video. Like it actually looks like the ghost of a cat, like reaching out to paw at this dog. I will admit it's a strange looking video, especially when you see it for the first few times. But again, after watching it a billion times and reading a bunch of the people in the comments are always smarter than me, I realized what most likely is going on here. I screen recorded this video and watched it frame by frame to see if I could kind of confirm my theory. I think when Rosie gets startled and runs back, she hits the paper on the floor with her paw as she goes. So the paper is like kind of off screen, but it floats up a little bit when she hit it with her paw running back. So what we're seeing in the video is the paper's shadow as it moves back to the floor. I don't think this is a disembodied ghost cat paw just attacking a dog. I think that it's the paper being moved and its shadow as it kind of moves back to the floor that the dog hit it with its paw. All right, this next one is from The Legacy 11, and it's another one that's also not going to make a lot of sense until I explain it, but let's just watch it first and then I will explain it.
This is a previous video that I posted. By now everyone has seen this video, but this man in Oregon saw something similar. So to speed you up, a lot of people have been up there since his videos, and today someone took a drone up there which got immaculate footage. Let's take a look.
Okay, so buckle up. The explanation for this one is kind of long. So first of all, I want to talk about that particular video that this person posted. So when you see that rock formation at the very beginning of her video move when it's closed, I was so confused about why she even showed that, because even though in the video she says that all of us have seen that by now, I haven't seen that. I have no idea what she's talking about. So just to clear that part up, that is a different stone door from a whole different part of the world. The one that she shows the drone footage of is of a door in Oregon. So she's just using that as an example of like, oh, there's more stone doors. So that first clip of that door moving, I am fairly confident is just CGI. It sure looks like CGI to me. It does not look real. The drone footage that she's showing in the rest of the video is of a door that a man on TikTok called RBD Cell, aka James, so I'm just going to refer to him as James, he posted a video that went massively viral of this door. That's why she's showing drone footage of the door, because other people became very fascinated with it after James. So first, James. So he is a former Oregon City councilman who posted a now deleted video from the Quartzville Creek in Oregon. I have a re-upload that somebody re-uploaded of his video. He had to delete it for whatever reason, but a lot of people have been looking for this re-upload of the video. So let's watch that really quick as well.
Right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up, and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard to hide my annoyance, but I have a really hard time doing it sometimes. Okay, this is again confusing so many people, and people are absolutely convinced that there is a giant, that is a door, and there's a giant living in it. I'm going to show you just how big this rock formation is by somebody else's account, showing a person on the rock, which we will get to that in a few minutes, but I just want to show you for context, like how big this door is when you're close up. It is conceivably, if giants were somehow real, that is conceivably a giant's person's door. Anyway, okay, so again, I'm sorry, I know it gets confusing, but let me summarize what we're talking about so far. So this guy, James, posted this video, and he claims that he saw the door open, that it was wide open, and then it closed, and he saw an eye like peeping out of it, and he is convinced that giants are real. He does not actually show the door open. He doesn't actually show what he allegedly saw. We're just taking his word for it. He just said he saw the door open. That video went viral, and then he proceeded to post a bunch of other videos of him going back to that area to investigate further and get more footage of that door. But because it went viral, a bunch of other people that live sort of close are now also going to that area to check out and try to go find it themselves. It's this kind of thing that makes me just remember how much humans love conspiracies and how weird it is that human psychology makes it so that we want these things to be real so badly for some reason, and we will be in denial of factual evidence right in front of us in favor of the conspiracy. I honestly think it's because people that are like hardcore conspiracy theorists, I think they just really want to know something. I'm sorry, I'm using so many air quotes, but they just want to know something you don't. Like, they just feel superior, feeling like they know the truth and you just don't. What it's like, okay, so first of all, let's say this is real. Say the door opens, say there's a giant in there, there's an 80-foot person and their family living in there minding their own business. Let's just hypothetically say that this is all real, what he saw was real. Apparently this would make sense as well because the cliff leading up to that door is so steep, like a very, very sharp angle, and no average human could just climb up of it without rock climbing skills and a bunch of equipment, right? So that would make sense as well why the giant would live in there and why people wouldn't, and why people can't just go up there and go check it out or knock on the door. That would work in the giant's favors, right? Because then humans wouldn't just be bothering them all the time. Great. Maybe leave giants alone. Like, let's say, again, I don't think they're real, but if they were, maybe leave them alone. Like, what is your end goal here? If you actually believed that this was true, a bunch of people are now coming to this area to make a spectacle out of it and goggle at a mythical creature that just obviously would want to be left alone if it were real, because it wouldn't be hiding behind a door and not wanting anybody to see it if it wanted to be ogled at. It's so confusing to me that if he really thought this was real, like that is so cruel to put it on the internet and expose a mythical creature that wants to be left alone and then have a bunch of people go and invade its space. Now, let's talk about the fact that this is fake and that giants are not real. The reason James is not actually worried about imposing a bunch of spectators on mythical creatures because he exposed it on TikTok and it went viral is because he completely made this up. He's literally just pulling it out of his ass and then putting it on TikTok. Remember, he never actually shows us footage of the door opening or this eye that he claims to see. And he goes back several times and it's always closed and never moving. Conveniently, he never gets a shot of it, but he swears he saw it with his own eyes. Second of all, this door, I'm obsessed with air quotes. I'm really sorry. I know that gets really annoying for people, but is 100% the pareidolia effect. Now, the pareidolia effect is not referring to only people tending to see faces in unrelated stimuli. That is typically what we see because humans are self-centered and we tend to see faces in inanimate objects and, you know, tree trunks in the moon and what have you. But the pareidolia effect can also refer to humans tending to see just patterns in unrelated stimuli. Like we just tend to see or form a picture into something because that's just how our brains work. We want to survive, and so we need to find patterns and clues in everything that we interact with. If you were not told that this was a door, if nobody told you it was a door, and you were not predisposed and like, what's the word? Pre-set up? Predisposed, if you weren't preconditioned, if you weren't conditioned to see it as a door when somebody showed you footage of it, is it possible you could just see it as a really cool rock formation? Like, just try to look at it that way for a second. Is it possible that this is just a rock formation that kind of has a door pattern in it? Okay, so now back to, remember I showed you footage of that guy for scale to see how huge this door was. That is an account called Menge Made. I don't know how to say people's accounts. I'm sorry. So James actually posted a promo for their account, which is really interesting to me because this whole thing gets weirder. So they were interested in this rock formation. So they had the equipment, the means, and the skill to actually go and look at it close up. So they did. They got harnesses and their climbing equipment, and they were actually able to go up there. Not only is this amazing because then they can see us from the perspective of being up there, just how steep. And like we talked about how huge the door is, which is just really cool. They go and investigate. They knock on the door. They say that it like sounds hollow, but the door is so big that you could not possibly determine that. But the peephole looking thing on the door that kind of looks like a peephole is not hollow at all. Like it's not a hole that goes towards anything. No one could see an eye like out of that because it's literally not a hole, and they show you that close up. And then they get cameras in the slats and they try to show as much of inside as they possibly can in one video. And again, it's very clear that there's nothing in there. It's just formations and other nature things back there. So they kind of prove that James was lying, but James advertised their account on his account. So it's just very weird that he like told on himself on purpose. I don't know if that was his way of telling us that he was messing with all of us, or he just kind of knew that because there was so much interest and people were going to go check it out for themselves, that he knew that he was going to get caught anyway. So he was just like, you know what? It's fine. People can just know that I was messing with them. But it's just so very clear. Like he's caught in his own lie and he like willingly shows people, which I guess integrity points for him. But it's just, this whole thing is so wild. It's so wild. And it makes me want to do a full deep dive video on the other guy. I think his name is Andrew, that everybody talks about on TikTok, who saw the giant and then mysteriously has gone missing ever since then. And I would really like to deep dive that because if I can, I want to debunk it. Anyway, okay. This is the last TikTok for today. This is by Jaden Gamble. If you missed it, you're looking at the reflections. The whole point of this video is that there's a little person. There's like a shadow of a person in the reflection of the Gatorade bottle. But then when he moves the camera to where that guy would be standing in the window, like where it looks like he is in the reflection, there's nobody there. So like it's kind of like a shadow person, or like it's like a weird thing. However, this one's very easy to explain. I'll show you pictures of it on the screen, but this is just a bottle on the table that's reflecting in the Gatorade bottle, but it's in front of the window. You don't see it in the window because it's nowhere near the window. I'll show you pictures of it and it'll make a lot more sense, but it's just the reflection of another bottle on the table in the Gatorade bottle. It's nothing. It's not a shadow person. Okay, I'm going to show you one bonus TikTok, and this is a bonus because it's nothing to debunk. This is nobody claiming that this is anything real. This is just something I was tagged in a lot, and I wanted to share this person's account with you because it's really, really cool. This is Spencer Lackey, or Lakey, probably Lackey. Sorry, Spencer, if I'm saying your name wrong, but that's Spencer Lackey on TikTok. So let's watch. It's so creepy. Okay, obviously, if you look at this account, if you look at Spencer's account, he makes a ton of short horror films on his TikTok account. He's clearly very passionate about it. I just wanted to share this with you guys because this video legitimately gave me the creeps, and I just thought his page was so cool, and I was watching some of his other videos, so I really want to share his account with you, and I'll be sure to link him as well as that makeup artist in the description so you guys can go and check them out if you'd like to. He's really good at making these films look like glitchy. Like, I don't know, I love the cinematography of it. Makes you feel like even if nothing happened in the videos, like the way he films makes you feel really uneasy. Like found footage style. I don't know. I love it. It's good job, Spencer. Really well done. Okay, that is going to be it for today, for our TikTok video today. I will see you guys in January. Thank you so much for sticking with me on my little hiatus here. I am planning to come back full normal force with normal amounts of videos, and I just appreciate you guys so much sticking with me through all this. So I will see you next week, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video just to help the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much to all of our patrons, but the top tiers get a shout out at the end of the video, and those are Colin Holmes, The Deck of Cards, Michelle Valdovinos, Tom L, Little Kittle Cat, Mitchell Schaefer Meyer, Mike, Alice Paul, Brittany Phillips, Momo Neon, Marita 144, Sage K, Elderly Hipster, The Puppy Hag, Rebecca Jackson, Toby, Carter, Kawakan Anime and Gaming Convention, Sarah the Crazy Fish Lady, Maxie, Ellison Luna, Tidy Mighty Bookworm, A Bunny Apparently, Leon Vanek, Elliot Fink, I Am In Your Walls, Habromania, Cyberdog Investigations LLC, Vicky Cat, Amy B, Tick Urch, Dead Without the E, Ball, Olivezilla, Chara, MH Dave, Ami, Lindsay R, Miss T, Lou Raccoon, Shayna R, El Magnificoco, Victor Schmiel, Laura Winter, Lilith, Dana, Ashes, R Sick Ghost, Goshzilla, Gabriella L, Aria Anomaly, Ghosty Girl, Mel Miller, Jessica Cook, and our newest Mark Fagundes and Sheepy.